Shit.
We are live right there. All right. So now
the meeting is being live streamed. Got it.
All right. So that's that. So we are live there.
Listen, once I'm there,
yes,
when I get there, we're gonna set the whole shit. Watch.
You live now. Your mic is hot. I'm gonna hang up on. So let's hang up on here and go to Instagram. All right. So welcome everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Rose and Jones. We are going live on IG right now. You see us wherever you see us. Let me see if I can pull up Restream so I can see your comments. Let me get us live here. Say Conversations with Rose and Jones. All right. I'm so excited. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Hey, Sherry. Uh-oh, did I lose you? Hold on. Where are you? How are you? How are you? Donald saying global. Oh, that's a gentleman in the building. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm so excited. Hey, 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 can you hear me okay? I think that okay, there we go. All right. I was able to get the Zoom up too. So hold on, let me get my guest on. Woo! I'm so excited. Let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Welcome. We everywhere we want to be. I might as well go ahead and get the audio popping on TikTok. You know, let them go ahead and chime. Let them go ahead and chime in.
Let the whole world know.
Let them all chime in on, you know,
let the whole world know we here.
Let the world know we here. Yes, yes, yes. So on your other device, your audio, your video is off?
No, it's on. Hold on. It's on. I got somebody that wants to join, that wants to hop on this interview. Everybody like, yo, what they talking about? What they talking about? Hold on.
So let me give a little bit of introduction. So my name is Darlaina Rose.
Jamie just joined.
Hey, Jamie, welcome. So my name is Darlaina Rose, life coach extraordinaire, certified emotional healer. We are on with my good friend. I call him Shaman because he's somebody who started out in New Jersey, from New Jersey to Atlanta to now Los Angeles, and now in Costa Rica. Talk about living your life on your own terms. And so what we know is that, you know, this whole relationship thing with men and women can have some really crazy dynamics. And so we were talking about it last week, and I was telling Jones about some things that has been said to me by some gentlemen. And he was like, what? Who raised them? So, and Jones is really somebody, I always used to say he should teach a class.
Janelle.
I used to say he should teach a class, because I don't care whatever was happening ever in the, 12 years I know you now?
12 years, 11 years, 12, yeah, like 11 years.
Yeah, 11 so years. In 11 years that I've known him, whenever I am in the same space, I never touch a door. I don't touch anything. Like 100% gentleman always. And the thing about that is something that is in you. Because there's people that I meet that they say, oh, let me get the door for you, queen. You queen for week 1, and I got your doors for week 1, or maybe day 1.
Wow.
But maybe by day 7, you're not queen no more, and get your own door. And there's the difference between when you go out with a gentleman versus going out with somebody that just has ill will. Like that part is a no-go, right? And so, and I say that because I've experienced going out with people, and when you go out with them, look at Sherry in the room. She must couldn't hear. So I'm only speaking from my own experience. One of my friends, Christelle used to say, I can't talk about nobody else. I can only speak for me. When you go out, you expected to, if you go to a certain restaurant that's a certain price or a certain whatever, you expect it, and that's a put out. And I think one of the comedians said that's the effing side of the menu. Like if you order,
look at what Janelle said. Janelle said some men are addicted to the chase, not the journey.
Definitely not the journey. Definitely not the journey.
Good, so powerful.
Definitely not the journey. So yeah, so
powerful.
It is, and it's come to, it's really sad, and it's come to a place where, it's come to a place where we, we're just comfortable being single now. We're just comfortable being single because nobody wants to deal with the crap. And I've been divorced 10 years now. And I'm good. Like I really, and somebody said that's not normal. It might not be normal, but it's best for me because I'm so like this. It blows my mind.
Lisa just joined.
That
Lisa Barber.
There's no etiquette when it comes to these men. And I don't know if it's because of my age. I'm a woman over 50. And maybe
you what? Say it again. Say it again for the people.
I just turned 50.
Say it again for the people.
I just turned 57. And so,
it's like fine wine right there.
Hey, listen. And so I was married for 27 years. So I know what it is to be in a good relationship, and I know what it is to be in a bad one. Right. And so when it comes to how I show up, I show up in all of everything that I was raised to be. I may not be the one who I may not go with the word obey, but I understand my role as a woman. I understand my role. I used to tell my ex-husband, I say, you do the boy stuff and I'll do the girl stuff. And sometimes if we need to, switch up a little bit, I could do that. So if I got to take the trash out, I'm not bugging out about taking the trash out, or he's not bugging out about helping with the dishes or helping with the kids or whatever. It's a partnership. It's a way that you learn to work together. But some of these, I don't know if I could blame it on younger people. I don't know. I don't know.
It's you're so right. You say so many good things. I think also too, if you want to get to the root of the problem, right? If you want to get to the root of the issue, why men are disrespecting women, are not supporting women, are not, treating women with the respect that they deserve as the divine feminine, right? When we're speaking about the divine feminine, right? Most men don't even know what that means. It goes way over their head, but the divine feminine is a deeply spiritual consciousness, entity, essence. Mm-hmm. And when you don't understand the divine feminine and the preciousness and the preciousness behind what the divine feminine is, then you won't be able to understand opening a door for a woman. You won't understand going to pay for a bill for a woman. You won't understand saying disrespectful things or things that are not of the divine out of your mouth. And so because we're missing that deep understanding, that's one of the reasons why these things are happening, where and we're talking about etiquette of men, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not like when we talk about relationships and partnerships and being in a sexual relationship with someone. Those are different things, but we're just talking about simple etiquette.
Yes.
Men have this simple etiquette, It's like, it's so, and for me, when you go into the deepness of it, like, if you think about it, all creation comes from a woman. All life comes from a woman, right? So if we're not honoring that part, that literally every single human being that is on this earth came from a womb of a woman, that right there deserves everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Celebration.
So that's that is the deeply spiritual side of it.
Yeah.
On the 3D side of it, the 3-dimensional side, it stems from trauma. It stems from, like we said, we mentioned it last week a little bit. If a man does not see his father treat his mother with kindness and respect and love and opening a door. Now, I also believe, I believe a couple things. I believe that the gender roles have changed a little bit.
Yes.
The gender roles have switched a little bit because there's so many independent women that don't need a man to open the door for them.
Yeah.
That don't need a man to pay the bill for them. They can pay the bill themselves. They can open the door themselves. They can take the trash out themselves. I believe that a woman can do everything that a man can do, period. Yes. Point blank, even more, right?
Yes.
Even that is a mindset that we're not accustomed to.
Yeah.
Most men don't think that way. Mm-hmm. Most men, they have the ego, the hierarchy, and I was telling my teacher, my friend, my mentor last night, like, if you want to be a king, honor the woman. Once you honor the woman will make you feel like a king.
Yes.
If you honor the woman, it's
so simple, actually. So but simple.
It goes over the head. So but the gender roles have switched a little bit. So, back in, the day, whatever you want to call it, the 50s, 60s, the man was the sole provider, right? The man went to work. The man took out the trash. The man, did all the things that a man does, like you said. But now, because women are understanding their power, that the roles have shifted. Yeah. So now, for instance, if I ask you out on a date and I said, Darlaina Rose, I want to take you out on a date. Of course, when I take you out on a date, I asked you out.
Yes.
It's my job to pay the bill. That is just simple courtesy.
Yeah, right.
That's not even a gender, like let's forget about the gender roles. Like, let's say I ask a man out, let's go out for lunch, bro. I asked that man to lunch. I'm gonna pay because I was the one that initiated it.
Yeah.
I've also been in a situation where a woman has asked me, hey, let's go out to lunch, let's go out to dinner. And then she'll go to pay because she asked me out, right?
Yes, yes.
That's normal.
Yes.
But as a man, etiquette, when we talk about etiquette, simple etiquette, I still go for my credit card and I still present it.
Yes, to pay.
Even if I know she's going to pay.
Yeah.
And then she'll say, no, I got it.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh. Okay,
and it's okay for you to accept that. It is okay for you to accept that. Cole said, but women appreciate the love of a man taking initiative. We do. Like, please. Like, it's so nerve-wracking right now. Like, some of the stuff that I hear. This girl, I saw a TikTok, this girl had went out on a date and the guy went up to the counter, got his food, came back and sat down, and she's on TikTok like, I can't believe he didn't get me no food. He asked me out. He literally came back to the table with only his food and nothing for her. So, like, what do you even say to that? Listen, this is me. I'm out. I'm not gonna see. I'm gone.
That stems from trauma. It's even I don't even want to blame it on trauma. Like trauma, we all deal with trauma. We all deal with things. But, you know, for me, and I can only speak from my experience.
Yes.
I come from the world of hospitality, right? I come from the world of hotel, restaurant management.
Yes.
I've worked in hotels for years. When you're in hospitality and you're in the service industry, it's your job to make sure that someone has what they need, is comfortable. So I take that with me in every facet of life.
Yes.
So when, like you talked about, like, you don't open the door when we're together, you don't open the door. You don't, you know, you don't have to do anything because I'm always of service.
Yes.
Some men don't have that simple concept. And because of that, they come off as like jerks or, you know, just not caring or like, you know, but that is very that is a courteous thing. Like to like, okay,
I'm laughing because I have been with people and they walked in the door and I'm just like, when I done got banged by the door because you done let it go. You didn't even like reach back and like leave it open. Just leave it open a little bit. So you know, it's just amazing to me. Like old school men, like, you know, Desmond Donaldson. I think Desmond is in his 70s. Always a gentleman. Treats his wife well. Like these are people I've been knowing for 2014, so almost 10 years with them too. And so I see that, you know, their lives and how they show up. And so that's why I always said to you, it's so important to teach a class to the younger men. Somebody has to tell them, and the women too. So we feel we stand in the gap for not only people our age, but for younger women and younger men too. We have to be the example that they know how to follow. You should be teaching these children from babies, like to be courteous, to be gentle, to, you know, to not use. So
tell them this. I actually want you to, because okay, so we grown out here.
Yeah, we
grown adults.
Yes.
Everybody on here is 18 and older.
Yes.
I hope so.
I hope, yes.
the main reason how we teach and how we learn is from hearing other people's mistakes.
Yes.
That's how we teach and we learn. So you have to tell some of the stories that have happened to you so that they understand and so that we can teach and they can learn. I hope some men are listening, you know, today. I know most of your audience is females. I hope some men are listening.
Man, so
go.
I decided, like, back in 2015 when I first moved to Atlanta, I was gonna date. And this is why and part of that whole 2015 circa experience is why I'm like, you know what, God, whoever or whatever you got for me, they're gonna have to catch me while I'm working. It's literally gotta be like I'm a step in it. It's just going to catch me by surprise because I'm not. So at that time, I thought that it'd be great to get on the app and, you know, meet new people. You know, I'm starting a new chapter of my life and all this kind of stuff. It was so bad that my friends, they wanted me to do a reality show and call it over 50 and dating because they couldn't believe the stories.
Me, Jan.
Welcome. I mean, anybody have anything they want to they said if you're not 18, you can learn.
Because I said 18 because, you know, we might be talking about some you know,
adult things, right, yes,
you know, but
yes.
of course younger than 18 can learn, you know,
right.
Anybody can learn,
absolutely,
but I was referring to the, you know,
yes.
under 18 stuff,
yes, so
the over 18, the R-rated stuff,
yes. So I okay, so I got on this app, right? And I'm on the app and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna date, gonna meet somebody great, you know. And so I get on this app and I'm like, I'm excited. You know, people are saying different things. Hey, girly, how are you? And so people are saying good things. And so I'm like, all right. So I had already like set some boundaries for myself. I said, I'm not going to let anybody take me to anywhere expensive because I don't want them to feel like, okay, well, I took her to this expensive place and now she ain't putting out or whatever. So,
and really quickly, okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Go. Remember that point. I want you to remember that point.
Yes. And so what I said was I'm gonna do like Starbucks, you know, any kind of casual like dining places, like here in Atlanta, got Mellow Mushroom, you know, something really, really inexpensive. Simple. And simple, I'm not really going to eat. I'm going to get to know you. And if I can't have a cup of coffee with you, I know I'm not having dinner with you. And that was my thought. That was how I was like, just let me just go have coffee. Just meet me at Starbucks. I had one person meet me at the food court at the mall. I was like, just meet me at the food court at the mall, at Lenox Mall. I'll never forget it. Meet me at the food court. And so the things that these men say is so inappropriate.
Tell him, Rose.
One dude said to me, if you think I'm the kind of man who buys girls things, I'm not, because I spend $1,000 a month on child support. This was me.
Okay, now hold on, wait a minute. Now he said this on the date.
On the very first date.
On the first date.
First date. So look, this was me. Gone.
I'm out.
Gone. Like it wasn't even about that he said he don't buy things for women. It was about the fact that you thought that was appropriate to tell me on the first day you met me.
It's psychological. It's psychological. And do you think that was the first time that he said that to a woman? No, that's his line. That's his line. That's his line. That he said. So that he can let you know that he ain't got no money. That even if you know, it's a game called chess, right? Yes. And in the game of chess, you never tell your opponent, "Oh, I'm going to move here." No. If you're trying to court a woman or see a woman, a lot of times we speak so much and we say so much dumb shit out of our mouth that the woman is looking like, did you just say that? Listen, this was like me. The woman is ready to love you, to give you whatever you want. And literally you just say the dumbest shit that you could ever say out your mouth and it's all over. I'm like, it's all over. I'm like this. Stop talking, please. Just stop talking. Sometimes if you just listen. Just listen. And it's okay that maybe on date 5, 6, 7, 10, maybe you could start talking about that stuff. But the goal in the beginning is just to get to know a person. To learn a person. That's it. Just get to know a person. A very powerful woman, you know, she told me one time, she said, you know, some men don't even want to be friends first. They just want to get straight to it. Yeah. And it's like, it's such a turn off. It's such a turn off. And you can tell the signs right away. The things that they say, the things that they do, their actions. You know, earlier I was saying I was going to go back to what you were saying about, you know, going to dinner. You said you strategically picked lower economical places for these men to take you. Yeah, that is so strategic and smart because you have some men that have a lot of money that are gentlemen and sweet, but also they have an ulterior motive. Yeah. So they take the woman out to an expensive restaurant. They take the woman out to buy Birkin bags and you know, Louis Vuitton and all these things. Yeah. Just so they can get some. Yeah. You know, we know what we're talking about. Yeah, exactly. You know, I ain't gonna say
you ain't gonna say
the vulgar word, but they trying to have sex.
Yeah,
they trying to have sex. That's all they and so sometimes
on the first date. On the first day.
And then sometimes it's so I don't want to say degrading. I want to say like I can't find the word right now, but how hard is it for a woman to just want to go out on a date and be treated nicely and a man not want nothing? Like, you literally can't even go out to a regular restaurant, to a nice restaurant, and be taken out on a nice date without a man wanting to take something from you.
Yeah.
It's something that is being ingrained in our programming, in our subconscious, that we have to, like, oh, we got to take a woman to a nice restaurant. And don't get me wrong, I used to think this way.
Yeah.
I used to think this way.
Yeah.
It was a time in my life where I had money and I was like, oh, I could take out any woman. I can take her here. I can do this. And I had the mentality of I want to get something from this, you know? And then once I started to heal a certain version of me, and then also I want to honor my mother right now. I want to honor, you know, my mother, because I learned nothing from my father on how to treat a woman.
Yeah.
I learned nothing from my father on how to make love to a woman. I learned nothing from my father on how to court a woman or take a woman out to a date. I learned that from my boys and, you know, the manipulators that were in my life. And I learned all the wrong things. But my mother, she taught me, without even teaching me, she taught me how to treat a woman.
Yeah.
She taught me how to love a woman. Yeah. Her divine wisdom and her divine feminine and her ability to love me as a son and her ability to raise me as a man. Seeing my mother operate out of love and kindness, some of that energy was given to me, and I was able to transmute that and treat women a different way. I don't ever think that I don't want to say I've never been disrespectful to a woman. I'm sure there's been times where I wasn't as respectful as I should be, right? But I don't think that I have ever degraded a woman or tried to. I've always been a gentleman in every facet of my life. Yeah. Whether it's opening a door, whether it's speaking kindly, whether it's showing joy, kindness, compassion. Yeah. I've always, been that gentleman, because of my mother. Yeah. Seeing my mother and my mother being a single woman, I had to step up and do certain things in the house. Yeah. As a teenager, because my father wasn't there. I grew up around two women, my sister, and my mother. Yeah. So certain men that don't have that ability. Some men don't have a mother. Some men only have their father. Only grew up around, men. I've heard women say that men are taught by their fathers to not show emotion, to not cry. True. When somebody hurts you, you hurt them back. Yeah. When somebody hurts you or you feel pain, you don't cry. You're not no little bitch. They use that word a lot. Yes. You punch a wall or you punch a bag. Yeah. And that comes across a lot in men. Yeah.
Vern says that is untrue. If you're going out with a gentleman, he won't think like that. That's true. Key word, gentleman. Key word, gentleman. That's the thing. You think somebody, people will send in the representative. The representative look nice, talk nice, move nice, and
smell nice.
Smell nice, yes. And then, the representative might be there for the first date, maybe the second, but by the time, and it don't even have to be a date. It could just be the conversation, a telephone call. Yep. You on the phone. Yeah, you on the phone. And I mean, one of my friends, she was telling me she was on some app. I forget which one she told me she was on, but she's on the app and she's talking to this guy. And she was like, he was nice. She said, we didn't even get to go on a date because his conversation went from, hey, love, how you doing? To what's the sexual positions you like?
you know, yeah. You know what that sound like, right?
What?
That sound like you 14 years old in high school.
Yeah.
What grown man is coming off the hip?
And my friend that I'm talking, she older than me. She's 60. She was like,
now I will say this, and you could correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a woman.
Yes.
There are some women that like that. Yes.
Yes, there are, but they are not usually grown women. They're usually not grown women. Because there's a time and place for everything. So if you my man and you been my man, and we in that place, we may playfully talk like that on the phone before I see you or when you on your way or whatever. You talk about what you want, I talk about what I want, but that's different. You didn't just meet me. You're not trying to date me. Like this is somebody that you are already in relationship with. These people is not in relationship.
Yeah.
You just talking to me off an app. And
wow.
So this is what, so I just came to, go ahead.
They looking for just one thing. Those apps are tricky. The apps really never work for me, to be honest. I've tried the apps, I've tried the dating apps, and they never end well. Maybe like one woman I'm still friends with. Maybe I live in another country now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. but
I believe
90% of the time is they're the women on there are looking for something too. They're looking for a quick fix, a quick hit, something quick, that they can, and then a lot of it.
Desmond said, stay off the apps. Stay off. Listen, he's right. So this is my thought now at 57.
Beautiful.
The Bible says, he who findeth a good wife findeth a good thing. Not she who's on the dating apps, in the clubs, looking for somebody. So I'm not doing none of that. So I'm off all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I got turned off. I got turned off to the apps too, because the type of women that I was seeing on there weren't the Darlaina Rose soldiers. They weren't the Nita Ibrahimis. They weren't the Adrian Lees. My friend Adrian, my best friend Adrian Lee, shout out to Adrian Lee in Los Angeles. She said to me one time, and it's funny, I sent her the video. You got to post that video that shit was so hilarious.
So I said,
it was so good.
I sent her
that video.
Okay.
And she died laughing. And
she
called me and she said, Chris, I just want to tell you, like, I went out on a date and the date was over and the guy wouldn't even walk me to the car.
No,
like
let you go outside in the dark by yourself.
I said, like, even that simple thing
is
so simple. Just walk her to her car.
Yes.
Just literally make sure you don't even have to open the door. You
don't
even have to open the door for her.
Just make
walk
sure
her to her car. Oh, you got to your car safely? Okay, good night.
Yes. Desmond said,
it's the small things.
Desmond,
so far
yes. Desmond said the Creator will send you who He wants for you, and I'm in agreement. And Marcus said, I wish I wasn't driving right now. I have so much to say. Marcus, I tell you what, click your.
Pull over and talk to
click your. I'm gonna see if I can add you. Let me see. I'm gonna send you an invite.
Tell them, come on, let's have it.
There you go.
Let's have this conversation.
All right, click the button and you can join us. And then you can say what you got to say and you can keep on doing what you're doing. It's
here we go.
Hey.
Peace, brother. Peace.
How you doing, my brother?
Peace, King.
Man, Darlaina, now you know this is my wheelhouse. We
Yes.
have had these conversations.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Oh God.
Marcus,
Oh,
I've been knowing Marcus for a few years too. He comes from my Life Changing Alliances family, and we've had these conversations. Marcus is married now, but it's absolutely something that we talk about all the time. He was like, "Girl, we're gonna have to. What is wrong with these men?" So I've had these same conversations with Marcus. So go ahead, Marcus, say what you're going.
Listen. I'm gonna jump in where you guys are talking about the app.
Yes.
Because I met my wife on a dating app.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I did. I met my wife on a dating app. And what I tell people about the dating apps is that people will say they're afraid of dating apps because the people be crazy.
Yeah.
They were crazy before they got on the app.
Yeah. It's not the app.
I mean, let's just be real. They were crazy before they got on the app.
Yes. Yes.
And so it's not the app's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not the app's fault.
He's right.
You swipe left, you swipe right because you were physically attracted to this person.
I like that.
Now,
yes.
I don't know that you're a psycho.
Wow.
Because I see your picture, or if I meet you in the grocery store.
Wow.
Because if I meet you in the grocery store, I saw you in aisle 5, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." And then I got lucky because you bent over to get the crackers on the bottom row. So now I saw all of that, right? So I'm like, okay. So now I go and I start the conversation.
Yeah.
Now, in the conversation, that's when I start to find out whatever.
Yeah.
But
right.
You was crazy whether you own the app or not.
Or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that.
So, but for me, I knew when I met my wife, and I say this all the time. I say this when I talk about her. I've told her, my wife had me at hello.
Wow.
Okay. And here's the thing. She had me at hello because I, as a man of God, right? I came to a point where I realized that I needed a wife.
Right.
All right. Most men, let me back up.
Come on, brother.
Most males.
Yes.
Because there's a difference.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Most males will not admit to a point where they say, I need a wife.
I need a wife.
Time for me to settle down.
That's
okay.
Powerful.
And so for me, I came to that point and I realized that in order for me to be a good man, I needed to really understand what a good man is.
Wow.
Okay. So many of us base our identity on a sociological definition.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? If society says a man is this is who I become. And society says a woman is this, so this is who she becomes. Right?
Programming.
Well,
it's a programming.
Well, exactly. So for me, I looked at it like this. And y'all have to excuse me. I'm a preacher, so I teach everything. Right?
Yes.
It's just who I am.
We need that. We need that. We need to be taught. We need to be taught.
So if I go out and I buy, I'm gonna go old school, right? I go buy a VCR.
VCR,
right? Okay, I mean, but something we all had, right? That's
yes.
something we can all relate to, right?
Yes, yes.
I go out and I buy a brand new VCR, right? There are certain features in that are built into it.
Wow.
But in order for me to understand how to work the features, I have to go to the manual, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When I go to the manual is made by the people who made the VCR.
Who made the product.
Okay, so if I need to understand what it's like to be a man, I need to go consult with the person who made the product.
God.
There you go.
Yep.
That's it.
So I literally, and this is my story, my testimony, right? I literally began to study the biblical principles of manhood.
Wow.
This is just what I did.
I understand.
And I don't know how many people listening, whatever your faith, denomination, whatever it is. I don't mean to offend anybody.
No.
This is just my story.
Yes.
Okay. I studied the biblical principles of manhood. That led me to then study the biblical principles of womanhood.
Yes.
Right? As I studied womanhood, now I understood the covenant of marriage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The divine union.
It is, exactly. It is a divine covenant.
Yeah.
And so many people, they mess up because they don't understand the covenant.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
don't understand that I'm making a vow to you, you make a vow to me.
Yeah.
But we together are making a vow to God.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand. I understand that so deeply now that I'm, an older man. I understand exactly what you mean. The promise, the covenant, the partnership, the trust. It's a trust, right?
Yeah.
And how long have you and your wife been married now?
It's just been a year and a half.
A year and a half.
It's just a year and a half. We'll hit 2 years this September.
It's beautiful to hear this story for a couple reasons, because number one,
Hope.
You met off a dating app. That's number one. That's beautiful. That's a fully successful dating app story, right?
Yes.
And then number two, you're a man of God. You're a religious man. So a lot of people that are religious or that are practice religion or practice a relationship with God, they stray away from those type of apps, right? So to hear this from a man who has successfully met a partner and created a divine union, and also studied the principles of being a man, it's interesting because when we're born, we don't get a manual on how to treat a woman. There's no book, right? There's no book. I mean, there's relationship books and things like that. But most of the things that we learn from how to treat a woman are from what we see, or what we've been told, So
Mm-hmm.
to hear that you have done this work on yourself, it's so powerful, because other men need to hear this type of story. Other men need to hear this.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
men need to hear this.
I said the same thing to Marcus.
Let me back up real quick, and then I'm gonna shut up. Darlaina, no, I'll be going, and this ain't my call. I just, but like I said, my wife had me at hello because of the fact that I had done the work on myself, so I knew what fit me.
Yes.
And I was able to identify where my past relationships went wrong, because I was able to do the work on myself. So it was like, and it's so funny the way that her and I met, because I was done with the dating app.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was done with it. I was, I get likes from people that I wasn't attracted to. There were folks women, just like these men be talking crazy. There's some women out here that talk crazy too. Right?
100%.
I can honestly admit, there were women that I met on that dating app, and I slept with them the day I met them.
See,
that's real shit. I respect that.
And I respect that. And I had to check myself.
Oh, that's so good.
Because this is not who I am, right?
Wow.
So that's when I buckled down and I went through my studies, everything. I hadn't been on this app probably in a month, I would say.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at home, and all of a sudden I get the little notification, you have a match. Now, here's the funny thing. When I looked at it, I had no idea who this person was. I had never seen this profile before, right?
Hey, Charlotte.
Come to find out, my wife had just joined that particular app that day.
Wow.
Okay, she had joined that day.
Wow.
I never went on the app and swiped right that I liked this person because I hadn't been on the app. So for this reason, this is why I always say our connection was divine.
Yeah.
Because I had gave up and I'm like, okay, God, I'm not doing this right. So I'm gonna sit still and let you bring her to me.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's how it happened. So when I look at the picture, I'm like, oh, okay, she's nice looking, whatever. And we started texting through the app, and she asked me a question about church. And my response was, it's really too much to type. I don't mind sharing, but it's a lot to type.
Yeah.
So she said, well, we can talk about it if you like. And I said, well, if you're comfortable sharing your phone number with me, I'm open to that.
Yes.
She sent me her number. I called her, and when she said hello, something inside of me jumped.
Ooh. It was like that's the I forgot what that's called, but that's the energy. That's literally how it happened.
Wow.
The vibration, the frequency was high, yeah.
Yes.
And it's funny because Darlaina and I are very close, and Darlaina, can attest. Me and my wife go through some things.
Yeah.
We have had some moments.
Yes.
Right? But we're human. We make mistakes. She makes mistakes. I make mistakes. But here's the thing. Because I understand the covenant.
Yes.
I understand the love. Right? Because the Bible says in Ephesians 5, when the Apostle Paul gives the outline for the Christian family, he says, husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church.
Yes.
Now I'm not gonna break that all down because we be on here for hours. If I break that I'm trying to shut up now, but I can't.
I love how you had a moment of vulnerability there, which is very powerful for a man to show vulnerability, because you said that you had met some women on the dating apps, and you were with them the first night or whatever, which I've done before as well, and then you had to step back and check yourself. And a lot of men don't know how to do that. A lot of men don't know how to check themselves. They don't know how to say, whoa, wait a minute. Why did I do that? What's going on? That's not what I'm here for. And that comes from a self-awareness. That comes from a self-awareness that a lot of men don't have. And what happens is that ego gets in the way. When you're not self-aware, that ego gets in the way. And that's why men are not, it all boils down to the etiquette, right?
Yes.
It is so many deep layers of why the etiquette is not present.
Yeah.
But that self-awareness, having that self-awareness to step back and say, whoa, what am I doing? That's not what I'm here for.
Yes.
I have a similar story, and I love that you said that. It's very powerful.
Desmond said if you hadn't met her on the app, it was going to happen anyway because the creator says so. And then Mr. Singh from India,
it's very possible.
he said he agrees. Mr. Singh agrees from India. Yes. I mean, it's we just have to be in a space where we're not close to it. We just close to the BS. We just close to the crap. That's it.
Yeah.
And when you think about etiquette, like what is etiquette? What exactly is it? Is it that you pay attention to the woman? The man pays and the woman pays attention to the man. Communication is so key.
Communication.
And if more men had respect for themselves, they could respect women better. No one, if you had respect for yourself, you wouldn't be asking a woman about sexual positions, or you wouldn't be saying to a woman, I know when I see you, I know what's going to go down when I see you, and you just met me. That's what you're saying out your mouth right now. How about don't come?
Don't call me.
Don't listen, lose my number. Like, yo, this dude was like, I know when I see you, we gonna be getting it in on the side of the road.
It's crazy, and I think that has been allowed because there are so many women, both young and old, because they don't understand their worth, their value.
Self-worth.
They don't understand who they are.
Yes.
They accept it.
Yeah, and
you
also
know, they accept it, and
yeah,
and I just feel like, you know, like with my son, I have my middle son and his girlfriend. They have 2 children together, and I tell my son all the time, I'm like, dude, he'll get mad because of what she's doing. Now, you know, she's a nail tech, and she's working on getting her own shop. Okay. And I tell him, I'm like, dude, you have to step up. You have to meet her and lead her.
Yes.
But see, you over here trying to do tattoos and all this other stuff. That's fine. But bro, you got 2 kids. You need a check. You can't be waiting. You can't be waiting for somebody to need a tattoo. It's the wintertime. Ain't nobody getting no tattoos in the summer.
Yeah.
You need a check. And women look for leadership in a man.
Leadership. I love that.
You have to be able to lead.
Yes.
But when it comes to so many women, they don't understand that because unfortunately, it was never modeled in their homes or in their lives.
Yeah.
It stems. It got to stem from something. It comes from something.
Desmond said, if you treated a woman like you want to be treated, that would say so much. And then Mr. Singh says, and I love this. This is so powerful. He said, when a man takes care of a woman's heart, he is taking care of his own.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're all it's impossible to be able to take care of someone else's heart and care for someone else's heart more than yours. And if you haven't done that to yourself, then you lost. You've lost.
That's why self-love is so important. That's why they say self-love is so important. Self-love is the key to all love. Self-love is the key to us love. Self-love is the key to we love. Because if I love myself, then I show up and I show the world how to love me. So if you see me not loving myself and not caring for myself, when you show up, you're going to be like, oh, she don't care, so I don't care. So you need to be the best indication of how the world is going to love on you, and that's male or female. Yeah. That's male or female. Yeah. And the people who stuck in this cycle of the inappropriate action, inappropriate conversation, that's a cycle that they're going to be stuck in until they see that this is not the way. And even if you do make a connection with a woman, it will never be long term because of the way that is coming across. Hold on, let me turn down that. Just turn down your volume on one of your devices.
I had my volume.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh, we still got it. Hold on. Got it?
Okay. Should be good now.
I can't hear you.
Oh.
Hold on. I hear you a little bit.
Okay.
All right,
we good?
Yeah, we good. However you had it a minute ago, put it back.
All right. I'm gonna turn. Cause I couldn't hear you on the
Can y'all hear me on IG? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of breaking up, but I might be breaking up in the area that I'm in.
Okay.
I think the feedback is gone.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? How's it now? All right, good. But it really is so important, to really have that respect for yourself. The other thing that I've heard people say things like my boyfriend or my husband is friends with my girlfriends behind my back. What? How is you friends with my girlfriends? No. And it's one thing to be, hold on. What is you doing over there, Jones?
Oh, he knows.
Oh, yeah, he did something. Hold on, wait a minute, let me unmute him over here. Hold on. I can't hear you at all. Unmute your Zoom link.
Okay, can you hear me now?
No way.
I muted you on Instagram, and then I
turn your volume up.
Still can't hear me?
Nope, I can't hear you.
That's so crazy.
Everything's breaking up. You can hear me, everything's breaking up, but that might be me because I'm riding. So.
Okay.
Leave.
Okay, I got you now.
Okay. All right, I done lost them all over. I lost them everywhere now. But yeah, he was laughing when I was telling him, and I had did a TikTok, and on the TikTok I said, when you go out with a gentleman, when you go out with a real man, you won't have to open your door, your purse, or your legs. And he shared that out all over the place, and it was so hilarious. That's what he was saying. I shared that out, and that's what started this whole conversation, because that's really, the expectation. And so that's a no-go every which way. But he's in Costa Rica. So I guess we're grateful for however, okay, there we go. I think he's back. But that's what started the conversation. He was like, they said what?
I'm trying to move his phone around a little bit, so hopefully I can pick up a better signal.
Okay. Breaking up again? Oh, okay. Let's see.
But I know that's all me.
Okay. Because I'm sitting still in my house in Atlanta. I'm not moving.
Okay. That's it now. That was good.
That's good. Okay.
Okay.
But that's what started the whole conversation, because he saw my TikTok.
Okay.
There you go. I was.
I wanted to, if I can, I wanted to back up a minute when he was talking about little boys being taught not to cry.
Yes.
And all this kind of stuff.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Here's the parallel to that.
Yes.
Yep, we got you.
Okay.
Like, here's the parallel to this, right? So, little boys, we grew up typically, rough housing. You wrestling in the floor. You start playing football in the living room. All this kind of stuff. You're playing with Tonka trucks, big rugged, steel, and you fall and scrape your knee. You learn how to ride a bike. You fall, whatever. And he's right. They tell you, oh, don't cry. It's okay, whatever. And then the term that you hear nowadays is man up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Shut your feelings down.
Yeah.
Hold all that inside.
Don't be a punk.
Well, then let's take girls. Girls are raised from the very beginning to be mothers and wives.
Yeah.
How do you figure that? Because what's the first thing we get a little girl? A baby die.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Little girls.
Yep.
They were taught, and so this little girl, 3-4 years old, she walk around, she got her baby, what I'm saying, and she's changing a diaper, she got to feed them. She's literally being embedded in her.
Yes. There's a book.
There's a young child.
There's a book out by Glennon Doyle called Untamed. So it definitely talks about, that part. So we definitely appreciate you, Marcus. We're going to try to wrap this up, but it's so important for people to really understand that there's a respect level, there's a love level, there's just a way to do things, and we just got to do it better. You got to do it better. You cannot come after no grown woman like myself with those kind of shenanigans. It's never going to work. Yeah. It's never going to work. Let me just say, Sherry said that she had dated somebody that she had known for over 40 years, and as soon as he had her heart, he deserted her. And so she said, to have known me for all that long time, and as soon as he had her heart, he was gone. Like, that's so messed up. It's so messed up. And so before
we go ahead, Darlaina, if you can finish your.
Yeah, I just was gonna say, I'm so grateful for this topic. We can continue the conversation offline in the comments. Please tell us your story or your comment, and we'll absolutely be having a part 2 to this conversation, because I'm sure there's so much more to be said.
So much more. Marcus, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for giving all your feedback and your knowledge and your wisdom. We need more. We need more of that, and we're gonna have much more of these talks and feedback. I'm glad that you were able to hop on, and we're gonna keep talking. We're gonna keep healing. We're gonna keep teaching. We're gonna continue to grow. This is something that's very important in the community, and for our community to be able to grow and live in divine union together.
Absolutely.
Together.
For sure.
Beautiful. My pleasure. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thank you so much. I see the other part to even having this conversation is the men that's talking have got to be qualified. All men are not qualified to have this conversation. So Jones is qualified. Marcus is qualified. Desmond is qualified. Mr. Singh in India sounds very qualified. So it's very important to have qualified men to have this conversation with. You can't have these people that just got it all messed up in their head. So I appreciate both of you kings for being here to have this conversation, to really let me know that it's already all right. God got it. It will be handled, and just
we love you, divine queen.
Thank you so much. All right. We're so grateful. We will see you guys next Friday. We'll determine whether it's going to be 10-10 or 11-11. But we'll see you next week. Have an amazing rest of your day. Happy Friday.
Beautiful.
Bye for now. That was so good. So good. So good.